Hello there, and welcome, or welcome back to my channel. It's so good to have you here, and it's good to be back. It's been a while. It's been a longer break than I anticipated, but thank you for all your sweet and kind messages in the comments saying that you miss me and you miss my content. That really means a lot to me. And yeah, so I wanted to share a little bit about what's been going on in all this time that I've been gone. This summer didn't quite turn out the way I had planned. I know that I promised to take you all on a lot more excursions around Denmark and showing you all the beautiful sights and different countrysides, visiting different islands and such. But I didn't quite get to do that. I had to cancel a lot of plans. So, to begin with, my mom, she had a stroke in the middle of the summer here. It was a small one. She's okay now. But it was quite a shock. And she did go to the hospital and had an operation. And she really needed my time, care, and attention throughout these past months, or this past month approximately. And it kind of put me, when it happened, it really did put me in a state of shock and sorrow because of last year when my dad passed from having a stroke. I immediately just thought, oh my God, this is happening again. Now I'm losing my mom. And I went into a full-blown panic attack almost. So it was very heart-wrenching and difficult. But thankfully, it wasn't that serious. And it was serious, but she overcame it and she acted upon it and got the necessary operation and care. And she's all right now, thankfully. I still think this shock kind of sits in me in a way. And immediately after that, after she got home and everything was good and she was fine, my ex-partner went to the hospital. He had a serious pneumonia. And he has, on top of that, a compromised health because of this issue. So it was also quite serious. And I felt really terrible about that too. And suddenly I was also the sole parent for my son, our shared son. And so I was really occupied with both taking care of my son full time and my mom. So therefore, I didn't get to go on all these trips. And on top of all these horrible things that happened, something quite amazing also happened. I don't know if it's all these retrogrades that has made this time so crazy, but right before my mom went to the hospital and all the bad things happened, I met quite a wonderful man on a date. And we both immediately found each other quite wonderful. And we found out that we had so many things in common, even though we're different. We share so many values and lifestyle similarities, so many things we match on, and we've been dating for a month now today, and it's going quite well, and it's amazing, and I feel very hopeful about this relationship. For the first time in my dating experience, I've actually met someone who I can actually see myself continuing this life journey with. And that's amazing. So overall, this past month has just been a wild roller coaster of emotions, good and bad. Just everything so happening so fast that it's been quite unsettling in ways, and my mind has a bit of a hard time catching up with everything that's been going on. I'm still processing everything. Yeah, and this man came into my life also at a time where this thing with my mom happened. And he was so incredibly sweet and supportive, and wrote me messages daily asking how I was and how my mom was doing, and that also made me feel very held and cared for. And I really needed that emotional support from a partner at that time. And so I guess that kind of also contributed to me opening my heart up to this person and letting him into my life. Because I felt alone in the situation, and it was just huge to have someone by my side, a support, a male support, a manly support. That was wonderful. So it's been a different kind of start to a new relationship than I've been used to. And and I expected to come back. I only expected to take 1 week off from filming, but it turned out to be more than a month. Because everything going on. And then last week I did plan to get back, but then I had a cold, a really bad cold, which set me back too. And I really did everything I could to get well as soon as possible. But I was so incredibly tired and so incredibly snotty and had no voice, and it was a mess. So I spared you for all that. But in a way, I think I actually needed that week, just with nothing going on, just rest. I think it was actually my nervous system reacting to everything, and therefore I got this cold. I usually never get sick at all. I went through all winter, the coldest winter in 16 years, and I didn't even have a cold, not even a sniffle. So the fact that I got this cold in the middle of the summer, or at the end of the summer, is really strange. Of course, I did a little bit of kissing. Maybe that contributed to it as well. But yeah, definitely my nervous system called me to just take a break, just take some rest. And this week, last week, where I just gave myself the permission to just rest, just sleep, hours in the day and all the night through, that also allowed me to think my life through and reevaluate everything. Where am I going with my life? Everything I'm doing, is it right? Is it worth it? What do I really want? And what I've come up with is that I really want to be free more than anything. That is the essence of what I truly want. Just freedom. Just live a life with no pressure, without judgment. Just freeing my soul and creating from a place of joy rather than the pressure of life, the pressure of finances, the pressure of keeping things flowing and going, and just the hustle and the stress. I really want to just let go of that. I realize that I've been creating a lot in the past year, and it's been very giving, it's been very fun, and it's been very evolving for me to do that, to start this channel here. And I've learned so much, and I've grown so much from all this. But looking back on it now, I can see that I had more fun with it, more joy, and more, creative spark in the very beginning of this journey, because I was still just experimenting. I didn't really take it too seriously. I didn't really know where it was all going. It was kind of just fun and light and playful. And over the months, as my channel grew, and I started to see that, this might go somewhere. I should start taking this seriously. There also came this pressure of living up to my own expectations and keeping that massive growth that I experienced in the very beginning of my journey here. It kind of declined again, and I was desperately trying to keep the momentum going and to keep growing as fast. I had expected to grow faster, to continue to grow fast. And I kept trying to feed my audience what I thought they would like, what I knew would do well, and it became more and more a pressure for me. I was less and less showing up and creating out of joy and creativity, and I was more and more creating out of scarcity and pressure, and it took away a lot of my creative spark. And also I felt like I had so much to live up to. And I didn't want to disappoint my audience. I didn't want to disappoint myself. I was trying to constantly trying to do right instead of just freeing myself completely from expectations. Because what happens when you constantly judge yourself, when you constantly micromanage every little thing, everything has to be so perfect, trying to micromanage everything from my appearance to my voice to everything. Everything just has to be so perfect. Because as you grow, your expectations also grow, and other people's expectations grow. And even though, you're also sweet and kind, and you really lift me up. All of you who write so many sweet words to me every day. I'm so thankful for you. You really do help to lift my confidence. And I really hope to live up to everything that you think of me. But also there's been this constant fear of disappointing and stepping out of character, or the character that you have come to know and love. Because there are many, many sides of me, and I want to play with all of them. I want to explore all of them, and not always just be like this person that you meet right now. What I'm trying to say is that in order for me to be able to continue this journey, I'm going to have to let go of my judgment, of my expectations to myself, and I'm going to have to let go of the pressure to please everyone. Because the paradoxical thing is that when you're constantly in your head in a state of judgment, you can't be creative. Not freely, not completely. You're not in a state of flow. You just can't let your creative joy flow straight out of you. There's always this voice in the back of your head with a lot of judgment and a lot of doubt. And I've had so many ideas, so many creative sparks, and I've made so many videos that I've never posted because self-doubt and judgment have crept in somewhere and told me to delete it, don't post it. That'll scare people off. People won't like it. So what I am going to embody right here and right now is the powerful mindset, the realization that I'm the boss. This is my show. And I'm going to do whatever I want here. Inside community guidelines, of course. But yeah, stepping into my full power and potential and not self-minimizing or what's it called? diminishing, something like that. It's been a while since I've spoken English too, so I'm getting into the motion again. Anyways, I hope you found this video helpful or inspiring or enlightened somehow, or maybe you just found it relaxing to listen to me. And as always, I'm really thankful that you are here. I love you, and I wish you so much good energy, brightness, and sunshine for your day.